your fingers trailing against the front of your uniform. So vivid was your dream, you half expect to find your clothes are damp. This is not the case, however. You are, in fact, perfectly dry. Well, now what are you to do? Will you go back to sleep? That sounds like the best option available to you. You are very tired, but your senses feel too overwrought all of a sudden for sleep. You do not think you could bear it. On unsteady legs, you rise to your feet, then stand by the window. You look out to the starry sky and to the pitted moon which hangs amongst them, and you frown. You can hear the wind outdoors, howling like an injured animal, and more softly the ebb and flow of waves as they meet the cliffs. But that is not all. What is that sound? Why, it is almost like singing. The voice is far away enough that you cannot pick out any individual words, nor even the same individual syllables, but there is a haunting quality to it. The singer, whoever they are, possess quite a pretty voice, high and clear like a bell. I'm gonna assume that's the pursuer. The song is a melancholy one. Melancholy. Anyway, which stirs your heart. Curiosity takes root inside you, as it did during the fateful day you found that book in the library. Logically, you know you should not go outdoors to seek the source of that singing, but emotionally, that is another matter altogether. Did we not just learn our lesson? Yeah, you really should have learned your lesson by now. You should know better than to go sticking your nose into business that does not concern you. But naughty little girls, such as you, never do learn. You cross the old fisherman's cottage as though in a dream, then reach for the handle of the door. The handle depresses easily enough beneath your grasping finger, and the door opens with a click. The rest of the world yawns before you, framed in the doorway, all of it bathed in moonlight. You thought it was cold inside the cottage, but it is colder still now that the door is open. An unpleasant wind rushes forth to meet you, knifing mercilessly, mercilessly through the fabric of your uniform. So I just came out of school, and now I'm abandoned in this island. Great, great. You look across the cold, inhospitable landscape, your fingers clenched into your fists at your side. Then you step out into the unknown. You canvass the cliff face led by nothing more than that luxurious singing. So haunting and ethereal this is this voice that it hangs on the breeze. It will be enough to send 1,000 ships off to war. You keep walking into the night until you reach the very edge of the cliffs, where they drop downwards into empty air. You ought not to go any further, but the voice has yet to cease. You can still hear it echoing inside your head. Am I delusional? Delusional? Me is? Lack of sleep? It compels you to act. You look down at the shore, which seems like dizzying distance away, but then out to the ocean is breaking against the shattered rocks below. This whole sentence does not make sense to my brain right now. Your eyes narrow with determination. Then you take a step forward. You take a step towards the cliff. These cliffs are steep, and the rocks below are sharp. You can see them glinting in the darkness, their tips jagged like the teeth of hungry predators. I wonder if I'm gonna get like stabbed on one of these when I die. The cold wind blows, rocking your hair, and you shudder from it. Your shoes were not built for scaling cliffs, and your heels do not have much in the way of purchase, particularly not when the cliffs are so steep. Clinging to the cliffs are no small feat, yet you are determined to ease yourself down to the shore, in one piece, preferably. The wind is so powerful, it feels as though there is something deliberately malicious to it. You wonder, during your descent, if it means to knock you off your perch on purpose, to cast you down to the rocks below. Well, if that is what it wants, then you refuse to give it the satisfaction. You can be awfully stubborn at times, and now is one of them. You continue to climb. How long have you been at now? How long have you been at it now? Until at long last, your feet meet the shoreline below. You have made it, and you do not sustain too many injuries. Your palms are throbbing, yes, but after gripping those rocks, might have a few cuts, but your wounds are of shallow and superficial of sort. Superficial sort. Anyways, things could have been worse. They really are already the worst, but okay. You flex your fingers. They feel uncomfortably numb and cold alongside it. Your skin is prickling, but at least you can feel discomfort. At least it is still attached to your bones where it ought to be. Your vital organs concealed within the hollow cavity of your body. You have a lot to be thankful for. This night has, by and large, been quite successful. There are no longer any obstacles between you and the mysterious voice which lulled you outdoors. Now you must find them. Why do I have to find them? I do not know. You set off down the shore on the hunt of the singing voice which has captivated you so. You sidestep sharp, jagged rocks which jut out of the sand like teeth, the rocks which cannot be circumnavigated, while you clamber over. All the while, the sound of the sea mingles with that of the singing. It provides an ethereal, haunting backdrop to your exploration, one which further adds to the surreality of your moonlight stroll. The waves lap against the shore, then recede shyly, pushed and pulled by the bleach white moon which hangs overhead. The oceans that you've seen in your library books were all blue as sapphires, but this ocean is different. It is so late at night, it looks black instead. The undulating surface water reminds you of a mirror, though its depths are even deeper and much more mysterious. A sense of foreboding settles upon you, but you try to squash it. Why? You will not let yourself be afraid. Oh, okay, sudden change of. Around the corner, your feet unsteady in their sensible brown shoes, and long last you see her. There is a woman sitting upon a rock, out in the ocean. The woman's eyes are closed, and her lips parted, expression soulful. She is singing. Her hair, which is fair, flutters around her face like a shroud, which adds to her otherworldly aura. Her eyes might be closed, but her lashes are long and luxuriant like a doll's. Her lips, meanwhile, which are parted in song, are soft like freshly plucked petals of a flower. Her face is perfect, as are her proportions. Her neck is tall and slender, like the stem of a flower. As for her lower half of the body, meanwhile, well, it's nothing like you've ever seen before. It is here and here alone that that the woman betrays your narrow human definitions of beauty, for her legs are non-existent, rather than two awkward appendages. This woman has instead the slick, shimmering tail of a fish. Is she not then a human? She cannot be, not with a tail like that. This unusual sight makes you gasp, quite audibly at that. You do not mean to be rude, but you cannot help yourself. Oh my god. The MC can never shut up. Humans tend to react poorly to things they don't understand. Exhibit A, right now. At least you do not scream. That would be even ruder. Oh my. You meant to observe the mermaid from the distance, but it would appear that your shocked gasp was loud enough to attract her attention. Clearly. The tailfish vision, sitting upon the rock, is looking at you. I wonder if she'll eat me. Will I get eaten? Will this be the one where I get eaten? I'm pretty sure this is the route where I drown. But who am I to say anything? Her gaze is so piercing it feels almost as she's looking through you. Your heart seems to stop inside your chest, as if by some manner of magical spell. You thought the mermaid pretty when first you observed her sitting on that outcrop of a rock. This whole sentence makes me suffer. Her face turned in profile. Now she's looking at you. However, you can see that you are mistaken. She is not just pretty, she is beautiful. So much so, it is almost unnerving. She looks as though she has stepped out of the pages of a picture book. She is simply too perfect to belong in this world. Perhaps she is some kind of vision, a waking dream, a hallucination. But no, she is none of those things. Her tail might be an impossible thing, but its scales look slick and wet regardless, like those of any fish one might find at the market. These scales are iridescent and bathed beneath the light of the moon. They seem to almost glow. The sight of her rather takes your breath away. You look at the mermaid. She looks back at you. You prepare yourself, expecting some sort of altercation. But the surprise soon fades from the mermaid's face. Her lips, which were one pursed in a frown, now shift upwards. She is smiling. Then she says in a refined sort of voice. My, wait, I don't know what a refined voice sounds like. My. It's a good, I'm already messing this line up. It's really good to see a human again. Particularly a human woman. I am suffering. This is why I'm not a voice actor. Particularly a human girl. I was beginning to fear that your kind had all disappeared. I don't know, have no longer left. Blah, 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 blah. And I would no longer have anybody to tell. Oh my god, hold on. I was beginning to fear that your kind had all disappeared, and I would no longer have anybody left to tell me of the world above water. My, this is quite the effusive greeting. Oh, I'm the narrator now, okay. My bad. Sorry. The mermaid's introductory speech is positively brimming with excitement of a sweet, girlish variety. I don't know how that voice works. I feel like I can carry the voice of a narrator better. She's rather more amicable than the fine polish of her syllables one might suggest. You might be a well-bred lady yourself with an accent to match, but you cannot help but feel overwhelmed. Do I have a British accent? No. I'm a red hair, so I don't think I would be okay. Anxiously, you observe the mermaid, and you ask her what she means. What happened? As to that, I'm afraid I cannot